This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Mid-Del Sports Report on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Coming to you once again live from Buffalo Wild Wings here in Del City, Oklahoma. Be sure to make Buffalo Wild Wings your home to watch the NBA playoffs. The Thunder will be back in action on Tuesday as they play the winner of the Clippers and Mavericks. And, of course, a lot of Major League Baseball on as well and plenty of other sports. And, of course, you can support Mid-Del Spring Sports. That includes Carl Albert Spring Sports, because we're going to talk Carl Albert Spring Sports today, and we're not even getting to all of them because they're all doing very well, but we hope to touch base with a lot of them for these next 2 or 3 weeks here. But you can come, and the fundraisers will last anytime between now and May 17th, and those sports teams will get 10% of the proceeds. We also want to thank Toonie Buys Houses. They're based out of Midwest City. They buy homes in any condition. They also rent and own or finance homes as well. We thank Channing Tatum and Toonie Buys Houses for their support. Let's go ahead and get straight to it. We're going to talk first Carl Albert girls track, and then we'll get on to Carl Albert tennis and Carl Albert soccer. But for Carl Albert girls track, we're happy to be joined once again by Coach Bill Case. And, Coach, as you've been talking to me, you've had an eventful last few weeks, including 2 events at Carl Albert. What were some of the things you're most happy about in the last few weeks?
Well, we just finished today. We had the Special Olympics, but we just finished. That was my 5th meet in the last 2 weeks, and so. But probably that was an awesome experience getting to work with those young people. But
real quick, if you could move the mic a little closer about. There we go.
Okay, sorry. And we also. Our girls, we just had conference last Thursday, and both varsity and freshman girls won the Suburban Conference Championship. So we were very happy about that.
All right, and we're about to talk to one of your stars, as you described to me, one of your phenoms. Real quick, what's ahead for you in the next couple weeks?
Well, we have regionals this Saturday. We go to Norman.
Okay.
And there's going to be some pretty good competition there, so we're looking forward to that. And hopefully we can take a few kids to state.
Right, and you know where state will be at?
It's going to be at Western Heights.
Okay, I remember hearing that. So now this is I'm not as aware with this with track because it's also an individual sport, but it can be a team sport.
Absolutely.
So is it possible to win a state title? Or is a state being mostly for individual?
No, actually, if you have some pretty good relay teams, you can really rack up some points on the relays.
Okay.
But it takes a little bit, for our case, if our girls has got a shot to do anything, we're going to have to get points from our jumpers, our throwers, our all the field, all the relays, individual events. So we've got to make it all come together to have a shot.
Okay, so at that point they'll be they'll have a team winner, and then they'll have individual state champions as well.
Sure, absolutely,
at Western Heights.
Right. Yes, at state they give medals to the top 6 finishers in each event.
Okay.
And then at the end, whoever has the most points are state champions as a team.
Okay, and you brought a freshman with you. Now, to bring a freshman, that says something about what that freshman's achieving. So let's elaborate on that some. Talk about this young athlete you have with you.
Sure. This is Piper Mitchell. She is a freshman at Carl Albert High School, and she is involved in other sports. And she came from basketball, so she kind of got a little late start from we normally start, in January. Well, she didn't actually start with us until March, and she came out and ran. She right away was our first leg in the 4x8.
Okay.
She ran a 2:32, 2:31, 800, which is very good for a freshman. And that was just, like I say, just 2 weeks after coming out from basketball. And so I thought, well, let's try to put her in the mile and the 2 mile. Bless her heart. I don't think she did a whole lot of running the mile and 2 mile in middle school. And she went out and was 16 seconds from breaking our school record in the mile. So did an awesome job there. And in 2 mile, she did the same, just phenomenal. So we're happy to have her.
That's a lot of running right there.
Yes, it is.
Well, Piper, thank you for joining us. You're Evie's little sister, is that correct? Or
Yeah.
Okay, so I know Evie Mitchell also is on the basketball team. Well, you know what? When the girls were playing well, and then that allowed on the varsity games, that allowed the freshmen to come in. It was a lot of fun to watch your group of freshmen play. So it doesn't surprise me, though, you have good endurance. Although, and I'm sure that will show itself in basketball as you get to get more minutes in the future. But of course, we're focused on track here. So, what was your experience in track before? I mean, like, what were you running as far as what particular races and stuff like that?
Before this year, I was running like the 400 and the 800 mostly.
Okay.
I wasn't as much like long distance.
So, what did you think about that, jumping into long distance?
I knew I would not be super bad at it, and so I wanted to try it, but I didn't expect to do the 2 mile.
I mean, when you're running and you go past 400, go past 800, can you tell I still feel okay? I'm not getting worn out. And you're like, hey, I can do this. Were you experiencing that?
Yeah, it kind of felt really long, but it didn't feel super tiring.
All right, and I mean, if Coach has you doing the varsity stuff at that distance, because I know at the meet at Carl Albert this past week they had freshman competitions as well.
And she competed on the varsity level with us.
Yeah, that says a lot about your ability there. So did you ever run cross country?
No, I play volleyball.
Okay. Any pressure on her to go out for cross country?
We're talking.
Okay.
We're talking.
I mean, if you're good, you're good. But, if you love volleyball too, I get how that works. So, I mean, do you ever get tired because you're playing all these sports, now you're doing all this running? I mean, do you ever feel worn down? Yeah,
I do at some points, but then I know that I just, it's almost over, so I just have to just keep going.
Yeah, so when do you run, what comes first? You mentioned the 3 events, the 4x800, the mile, and the 2 mile. What normally comes first?
The 4x8 is usually first.
Okay. And obviously you have to do more sprinting there, so imagine you're going to feel a little gassed after that. And then is it the mile that's next?
No, it's usually the 2 mile and then the mile.
Okay, so do you have how much rest do you normally get going from the 4x8 to the 2 mile?
It's usually an hour.
Okay. So how do you feel then after that, heading into the 2 mile? Do you feel relaxed or rested and relaxed?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. It's not right after it, so it's okay.
And then how many is it common to do both, Coach? I mean, that sounds like quite a lot for one day.
Well, if you, it takes a special athlete to be able to do that many endurance events.
Yeah.
And we've had a few come through Carl Albert that's done that, but there's not very many that can do that and be as successful as what she's doing as well. So, I mean, like I say, she runs the 800 very well. She runs the mile very well, and the 3200 very well without having that much experience. So she's just going to continue to get better.
So when you hear, Piper, that you're this close to Carl Albert records as a freshman, are you now making it a goal to catch those records at some point in the next 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, that's my goal. I really have been wanting to try to break it, but I know that hopefully it will happen before I graduate.
Of course, and going from the 2 mile to mile, do you feel, I don't know, do you feel a little gassed heading into the mile then, the last event?
I feel kind of like tired, but I know like it feels like shorter, so it feels easier.
Now, do you make it a priority to drink a lot of fluids and maybe eat a little bit, or do you even think about that?
Yeah, I usually try to eat like a snack in between. I drink a lot of water.
And what if it's really sunny outside? Do you try to get some shade?
Yeah.
Okay. I know that can sometimes zap you of energy. So what do you think is next for you then? Obviously, you still want to work on your basketball some this summer, but are you going to focus a little bit more on the track now that you've had this success?
Yeah, I think track is going to be like one of my more main sports since I feel like the best at it out of all three.
All right. Well, you know what? If I get to do more basketball for Carl Albert girls like I like to do, that'll be a talking point for you. Is that you're a track star? So, what's your goals then for these next 2 weeks?
My goal is to make it to state for all three of them, and then hopefully at state I can get on the medal stand for them.
And you ever feel intimidated going up against juniors and seniors?
Yeah, it's kind of like hard since they have so much more like experience.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping by the time I'm their age, I'll be like as good as them.
Oh, maybe better. The tables will turn for sure.
She is a workhorse.
Yeah.
She works her tail off.
Yeah, well, and I can only imagine what it's like to, you want to leave something in the tank too, but you want to, if you're focused and determined, you want to practice hard as well.
And we've talked a little bit about that, some of the strategies on going into regionals, how to run some of those races. So, the thing about it is when you have a stallion, you got to, hold them back because they want to go. And so we just got to run some smart races.
All right. Well, Piper, you'll be a name to watch out for these next 3 years at Carl Albert. So thank you very much for coming on with your coach. I know, and Coach wants to get on with the rest of his day as he's had a very busy 2 weeks. And there's still more to come, of course, for Carl Albert track as they'll have regionals at Norman, as he said, and then state. The qualifiers will be over at Western Heights the weekend after that. And you can support Carl Albert track by going and showing this card to them. So let's pull up this picture. This is an active fundraiser for Carl Albert Track, boys and girls, from now until May 17th, so only 17 days. But if you show them this card, Carl Albert Track will receive 10% of the proceeds. So, and it's at this Buffalo Wild Wings location in Del City, any time of day, any day of the week. Coach, thanks for coming on. We made this a quick one, but if you, Piper, or anyone else gets some medals, we want to talk to them again in a couple weeks.
Well, thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, Carl Albert tennis is supposed to be coming up next, so we'll have that on right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
Red Plains Plumbing has been offering reliable commercial and residential services to the OKC metro area for over a decade. From new construction and remodeling to residential repair, they can handle jobs of all sizes. When you need a trusted name in plumbing, it's Red Plains Plumbing. Family owned and operated. Phone 405-769-1922. That's 405-769-1922.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
All right, welcome back to Mid-Dale Sports Report on the Oklahoma Sports Network, and we're going to talk Carl Albert girls tennis right now with their assistant coach, Josh Maddox. So, Coach Maddox, thanks for being on. First, you could talk about how you got interested in tennis, and then how you got to Carl Albert.
Well, I've been a few places. I've been at Harrow mainly before I was here, and you know, we just had really good tennis out there and some good kids, and you know, it was a great place, competing for state titles just like we do here. And then I came here last year, was the first official year as an assistant on staff with tennis, but I'd help run the tournaments, help do seeding and things like that during the state tournaments. So the year before that. So.
And did you play tennis when you were younger?
No, I didn't. I just kind of picked it up whenever I got older, and then just, you know, Coach Jeff Mays does a great job. He's awesome at it, and he taught me a lot. Alan Simpson back in the day, some of those guys like that, or Coach Farley. He'll be on here later. He's a great hand to have on that. So.
Well, I've noticed on social media that Carl Albert girls tennis has had a lot of success this year. If you could run down some of the highlights for the team.
Yeah, we've over the year we've won 7 different tournaments.
Wow,
and
7.
We've finished runner-up in 3. Is that right? I think there's only been one tournament this year where we didn't finish in the top 3. Mm-hmm. So, and we took a JV bunch to that one, and we still finished 4th overall. Our JV tournaments have been great. You know, we're really deep. We could play, you know, the top 10 of our girls. We could play them at any combination, and those girls are going to be really good. They're really special. But we've got our one singles here, Riley Reese. This is her 4th state tournament, and she's won regionals all 4 years that she's been at Carl Albert. So she's a champion through and through. This is the longest streak that we've had at regionals, winning regionals. We've beaten last year we beat Heritage Hall, and that was the first year that Heritage Hall had not won a regional title in 41 years.
Yeah.
So we beat them on that, and then this year Durant, I think, was second place team in that region down there, and then before that it was Heritage Hall 2 years ago, and so
you've already had your regionals.
Already had the regionals. We had the regionals on Monday.
Okay.
At Durant, and we swept. All got first. So 1 doubles, 2 doubles, everybody. So we swept.
All right, good. Let's talk to both these athletes we have with us. You mentioned Riley Reese, who is sitting right by us, and to your right. And then who else do we have?
We have Bailey Rushi.
Okay.
She's our 1 doubles, half of our 1 doubles.
Okay, so Bailey, you related to Shelby?
Yes.
And are you sisters or cousins?
We're sisters.
Sisters, okay. And what grade are you in?
I'm in 10th.
Okay, so she's your big sister.
Yes.
Okay. There's a lot of sisters with that Carl Albert basketball team, one form or fashion. Riley, so great to have you on. You mentioned before we went on, we talked volleyball with you here. Mm-hmm. So now, what's the transition like going from volleyball to tennis?
It's always really fun. It's hard to go from one sport and just switch into the next because you're so used to it.
Yeah.
But I love tennis, and it's always really fun for me. I feel like I wait all year long for tennis season to start, so spring's my favorite.
Okay, and you've been consistently great, sounds like, these last 4 years. So
something like that.
How long have you been playing tennis?
I've been playing tennis since 6th grade. I started the summer before 6th grade. I went to one of Coach Mays' camps, and he always makes us fall in love with it. So that's where I started, and then ever since then I just kind of really enjoyed it and worked pretty hard at it.
Now, you do individual or doubles?
I'm playing singles,
Or singles,
at
I
state
meant,
this year,
individual,
but
yeah.
I played singles at state my freshman year, but I had played doubles all year long, and then the last 2 years I played doubles all year long, and then most of the season I played doubles until just a few weeks ago, and Coach switched it up, and this is how we've ended up. So.
Yeah, do you have a preference? Like, do you have more fun doing one than the other?
I would say doubles is a lot more fun because
Okay.
I get bored and I like to talk to people, and it's fun to have a partner.
Yeah.
But singles is really fun to work hard at, and I enjoy like challenging myself, and I feel like I play more competitively when I play singles.
For sure. Bailey, so how long have you been playing tennis?
Since 6th grade, too.
Okay, so it's a 6th grade deal, like Riley mentioned. And what are you doing now, singles or doubles?
I'm in doubles.
And who's your partner?
Lily Bryant.
Okay. And how would you say your season's gone so far? Are you achieving what you've hoped for, or how would you put it?
Yeah, I
in
mean,
words?
it's been pretty hard, like, in the beginning, like, getting used to playing with, like, somebody by your side, and you're not by yourself, and, you know, having a partner and communicating is really key in doubles. And so I think we're going into the state tournament feeling good.
Okay.
Playing together.
Do you have a particular highlight? Like this year, like a win that felt extra special?
I would say our win against Guthrie.
Okay, because they're a rival in so many different sports. So
Yes.
was that part of it, or it was a really good opponent too? I imagine.
Yeah, it was a really good opponent.
All right. So what are some things like specifically, or do you have any specific goals for these next couple weeks? We'll ask Bailey first.
Just go out there and try our hardest in the state tournament Friday and Saturday and try to win a state championship.
Okay. And then Riley, what about you?
Oh, yeah, this weekend's it. So I really just think that we need to give it all out on the court because there's nothing left after that. So, yeah, I would say that if we can all get to the semifinals, we're in a really good spot to, like, place well at state, and that would be really big, especially with some of the private schools moving this year. We have a really good shot to place well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to have Bailey switch spots with someone off camera who will be our third girls tennis player to talk to. But Bailey, it was great to talk to you. Okay, Coach, so talk more about state coming up. They mentioned this weekend.
Yeah, so state's going to be this Friday. We're going to start our tournament about noon on Friday at the Oklahoma City Tennis Center, and it's located at 36th in Portland. And then on Saturday, it'll continue on Saturday all day. So it's from 8 to about 10 o'clock on Saturday as well.
Okay, so
your ceremony afterwards.
So you guys' season will be over with by this weekend.
Yep, girls' season will be over with, and then boys' regional will be Monday at Claremore.
Okay, that's right.
And then next week will be boys' state, same place, same time. Everything's going to be the same.
It's so hard to keep track of all these sports, spring sports. There's so many.
Yeah.
I mean, other seasons have a little less going on. But we got a third tennis player with us, so what can we say about her? Who you got?
Welcome, Georgia Mosier. She's our two singles player. She's been playing in the one spot most of the year and most of last year. She finished 8th in state a year ago, and that was her first state appearance. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so she's been really solid for us. She's a great player for us and does good things. She's willing to play anywhere she needs to play.
All right, Georgia, thank you for coming on. How long have you been playing tennis?
I've been playing since 6th grade, so about 6 years.
There's that 6th grade deal here. Okay, and do you two practice against each other much?
Oh, yeah.
Basically every practice.
Okay, and either one of you keeping tally on who does the best?
We actually haven't played any actual matches.
It's usually just hitting back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's good competition nevertheless, I'm sure.
It's fun.
Do you play any other sports at Carl Albert?
Yes. For the last 3 years, I played volleyball, and then freshman year I played basketball, but the last 2 years I've switched over to swim.
Okay, so you two are teammates other seasons as well then.
Yeah, we are.
And what's that like going from swimming to tennis? Now they both rely on a lot of endurance. Do you feel like you're in really good shape heading into tennis?
Yes, swim prepares me so well for tennis. Last year was my first year of swim, and I wouldn't have ever thought of myself as a singles player until I did swim, and it changed my athleticism so much.
And so, I mean, Coach may have mentioned this, but you were doing doubles?
No, I was playing one singles.
Okay. Okay. And do you have a particular favorite moment of this season?
This season?
Yes.
It would probably be when we saw the world's largest peanut in Durant.
What does that mean exactly?
We had regionals in Durant and telling the story.
So we went down early because Durant's like 2.5 hours away.
Yeah.
And so we spent the night on Sunday night. And on Sunday, we went to dinner. And then, was it you who brought it up?
Yeah.
Riley brought up that the world's largest peanut was in Durant. And we were like, we have to go see this.
Well, yeah. If what else do you have to do in Durant? So
can't pass up an opportunity.
Go see the peanut. Go see the peanut.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that. That was out of left field, but I like it. Coach, we actually have some pictures on the screen. We want to get to them because Megan Bryan, I don't know if one of her daughters is part of the team.
She's Bailey's partner that just left here a minute ago, so that was on screen.
Okay, so we want to make sure that her efforts are recognized because she sent me a lot of pictures here. I don't know if you can recognize. This is more of a distance type pictures here. If you can recognize these girls.
Yeah, these are all going to be on. This is at regionals. That's going to be our two doubles right there. That's going to be Evie Mitchell and Yanira Acuna.
All right.
And they're going to be seated in the top 3 this week.
So Evie also plays tennis. That's good.
Yep. So she plays basketball and volleyball, I think, as well. And Yanira plays volleyball as well. So they're every one of our kids is multi-sport athlete.
So we had a picture of a couple of girls up close here. They will be seen again here in a moment. Let's keep going, Matt.
So, there's Georgia right there.
Okay, so who's this? What's this specifically?
And then this is our team. This is probably going to be the state poster right here that you're looking at.
Okay.
We usually have a big tent set up, a lot of food and everything. It's a big party at the state tennis tournament, and this is our banner.
Okay.
That we usually wrap it in right there. So that's all the girls right there. From left to right, you've got Evie Mitchell. You've got Evie Mitchell, Yanira Acuna, Georgia Mosier, Riley Reese, Lily Bryant, and then Bailey Rushi.
Okay, Matt, let's go real quick to the individual pictures here. And a couple more, I think. There, I'll stop right there. Who's that with the hat?
That is Lily Bryant.
I got to give her some attention there. Okay, so that's Megan's daughter.
That's her daughter.
Does she actually play in that hat? I have to ask.
I don't know. I've never seen her play in that hat.
Okay, probably not. But that
she probably would.
Yeah, she definitely would. She's got that big personality.
I'm glad that she stands out with that picture. Usually, you don't see tennis. If they wear a hat, it's like a baseball cap or something.
Yeah, we'll try to get her to play in that for at least one match.
Okay, well. Ladies, thank you very much for coming on. Hey, listen, if you win state, we want you, or if you have a couple of individuals who finish up top, we want you back.
All right.
Okay, so we'll see which of the next 2 weeks it could be, but because we have other spring sports to juggle, but we definitely want to recognize champions, and we hope we can do that with your team. It sounds like they're having an unbelievable season.
Yeah, they are doing great. They're all going to be top 5 seeds in the state this coming up. So.
Awesome. We can't wait to find out how things go for you guys. Okay. Oh, by the way, you mentioned one more time where state's at?
State's at 36th in Portland, Oklahoma City, at Oklahoma City Tennis Center.
And it'll be this Friday and Saturday, correct?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay, let's show the fundraising card for Carl Albert Tennis. This will be for both girls and boys tennis, but definitely support this. Anytime they are Team F. So, Coach, when you pay, mention Team F.
Team F.
Team F. And 10% will go back to Carl Albert Tennis. This will last until May 17th. Any time of day, any day of the week between now and then, come to this Buffalo Wild Wings location and support Carl Albert Tennis just for the girls team alone, but we'll talk to the boys here in a moment. All right, Coach, thanks again one more time. And again, like I just said, Carl Albert Boys Tennis is coming up right after this.
Car mechanic shop.
Let's say we go to Scissor Tape.
Ready to go get some coffee?
Yeah, let's go.
You got it.
I think she was from Rose State.
1, 2, 3.
Woo-hoo!
Congratulations, Rose State college graduates.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
All right, welcome back to the Middale Sports Report on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We've only just begun to talk Carl Albert Spring Sports because they're doing great. So great, in fact, we've actually had Carl Albert baseball wait a week because we expect them to get to state. So that's how much we have going on right now. We're talking Carl Albert boys tennis. We again want to thank Tootie Bice Houses for sponsoring the show. We want to thank Buffalo Wild Wings and Del City for hosting and also being a sponsor. We appreciate both very much for putting us on here. And right now, like I said, we're talking Carl Albert boys tennis now. Back in the fall when I would talk with Coach Mike Dunn of Carl Albert football on a regular basis, it seemed like every time I talked to him, he would mention Coach Farley and what he had devised up for their special teams. Says that he was a special teams coach. Well, he's also the boys tennis coach, and so we get to talk to him right now, and that's Coach Shane Farley. So, Coach, thank you for being with us here.
Thank you for having us.
And how did you get involved with tennis and specifically at Carl Albert?
Well, I was coaching baseball, and I was doing baseball and football at Del City, and had my first child. There was just not much time to be around. She was 1 year old before I turned around, and the tennis job came open, and I was good friends with Jeff Craig, who was the athletic director there, and I just went in and I said, hey, what about this girls tennis? You know, could be a chance I could move over there. And I did, and I've been coaching tennis ever since.
So tennis is a little less time-consuming?
Well, you're at home at night more.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, you know, like this year, Del City Baseball, they got to go to Tulsa a lot. So that makes sense. And then how'd you get to Carl Albert?
Well, been coaching, football over at Del City, and job came open, and I coached with Gary Rose and Mike Goff. And
I was wondering about that.
Henry Manning at Del City, and Mike calls me up and he says, "Hey, we got a spot." He said, "You interested?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm interested." Yeah.
Okay, so how many years ago was that?
It was in 2007.
Okay. Well, you've been still plenty of state championship teams at that level, and then of course and you started doing Carl Albert tennis with that as well.
Yep. Richard Morris was the tennis coach over there, and he was kind of ready to step down a little bit, so he asked, would I take over the boys tennis program over there. Jamie Albee was the girls coach, and when I got over there, we just, got along great and hit the ground running.
What was the challenge like coaching tennis? I mean, as far as, when you come from baseball, as far as, being able to coach technique and being able to tell players, hey, you need to work on this, you need to work on the serve, backhand, whatever?
I knew nothing about tennis.
Yeah.
I mean, other than what I'd seen on television. So you just, learn and read and watch and talk to other coaches. I was very fortunate. Other coaches would talk to me, Terry Woodward, Skip Grissett, Ada, Phil Barnes from Duncan. I mean, they're all in the Hall of Fame. And, we would sit around at tournaments and I would ask them questions, and, they were great to me.
All right. Well, I have a feeling that and I noticed it more on the girls' side just because of social media posts. But that on the boys' side, that you guys have had a lot of success. Talk about some of the highlights as we head to the final couple weekends for your boys' team this year.
Well, I think we've been first or second in every tournament we played. So
there you go.
The thing with these guys is they're all chameleons. I think everybody except Jake has played singles, and everybody's played doubles. So I don't know. We played the same lineup more than 2 or 3 times. I mean, it's just, he's played 1 singles, 2 singles, 1 doubles, 2 doubles. I mean, that's kind of been fun this year, just to throw out the different mixtures that we've had, and, and been successful with all of them.
That's great to hear. Well, let's talk about these 2 young men you have with us. We'll have a third we'll talk to in a moment. So who do we got?
we got Jackson Bales. He's a senior, and he's played both singles and doubles. He's a state runner-up with Tyler. It's Tyler Shaw. He's also a senior. When they were freshmen, they were state runner-up at 2 doubles.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay, that's quite a feat there. Jackson, we'll start with you first. Both to make sure your mic's close enough to your mouth there. How long have you been playing tennis?
I've been playing since middle school, 6th grade.
That's what all the girls say. They've been playing since 6th grade. What is it about 6th grade that gets you in?
Probably Coach Mays. He gets everyone in there.
Yeah.
Coach Mays. He's the godfather of tennis at Carl Albert. There's no doubt.
What does he coach then? This legendary Coach Mays?
In middle school tennis. He used to coach middle school basketball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's been here for, 40 years, man. He's a legend.
Wow. Well, you need strong feeder programs, and that
is the reason for our success. He strings rackets. He comes coach. He's everywhere. He does everything for us.
Well, that's awesome. So, Jackson, what made you stick with tennis? What do you like about it?
I don't know.
It was just you.
Coach Mays. Coach Mays is a good coach, and getting better is fun at tennis because you start off it's really hard.
Yeah.
And just getting better is really fun.
Did you start out doing singles or doubles?
Doubles. Me and Ben played a lot of doubles together.
Even in middle school?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I imagine then when you do that, you have a lot of chemistry. Like you kind of instinctually know what the other person's going to do or think, or maybe what they're thinking.
Yeah, that's a lot. That means a lot in doubles when you play with someone and you have chemistry. So, yeah.
But you kind of gone back and forth then with singles and doubles?
Yeah, I played a lot of singles this year. I mostly played doubles in high school, but I love singles just as much.
Okay. And are you number 1 singles or
both?
They're both
1 and 2, yeah.
Wow. So you'll have double the amount of matches then in a tournament.
Oh, no. In a tournament, last couple tournaments I played 1 singles. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And what's been a couple highlights for you this season?
Playing double with Tyler. We had some really close matches. And winning the public state championship at 1 doubles. Okay. That was a really good tournament for the whole team.
All right. Do you play any other sports?
Yeah, I'm on the swim team.
Okay. So similar to another girls player we talked to, you feel like that puts you in good shape come –
Definitely, yeah. Also put my mind in the right shape, too, for the mindset. Yeah.
Well, if you win a state title in swim, I imagine you want to keep that going.
Definitely, yeah.
Track. All right. Well, we also have Tyler with us. Tyler, thank you for being with us. Do you play any other sports?
Before tennis, I used to play football and swim, but tennis has always been my sport.
Okay. So you play tennis year-round then?
Yeah. I started out with Coach Mays. I was fortunate enough to start real little. I started when I was 5 or 6.
A little younger than everyone else then.
Yeah. Most people, like Jackson said, 6th grade, junior high, through Coach Mays. I've known Coach Mays since I was a little kid.
Well, that would help. So when you do it year-round, do you devote your summers to it? Do you travel to go different matches and stuff?
I didn't travel until I was in high school, but I used to just go to summer drills with Coach Mays, and I went to different couple academies, Hidden Trails, OKC Elite, and kind of made my shift around that way. Probably 1 or 2 years ago, that's when I started traveling, and I played a couple tournaments in Texas and Oklahoma. That's about it, though.
Yeah, it's still pretty good. To do that, and then when you get to the beginning of the school year, are you working hard on tennis in the fall and stuff?
Yeah, I'm drilling and hitting with friends and doing that. I would say the pace picks up more during when season starts because I'm trying to focus on school and do all academics and stuff. So.
Okay, when they break tennis down into different skills, the things that come to my mind, but there may be more to it than that, are your serve, your forehand, and your backhand. Am I missing anything?
That's your main strong points,
Yeah.
Serve, you got to have a good serve.
Yep.
Forehand, backhand, just as much. That would be your strong point for any player.
And how do you feel like you are at those 3?
I'm definitely, all 3 you named, I'm the strongest at that. I love forehand, I love serves, I love backhands. I have a pretty big serve, and I have a pretty big forehand and backhand, and it's saved my butt a couple times in matches.
So you get your share of aces then?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Okay, and Jackson, what about you? Well, how would you rate those skills?
I probably like my forehand the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that mean you have to position yourself a certain way so you can use your forehand more?
Yeah, definitely. You got to get around the ball more, move your feet a little bit more.
And that's the other interesting thing about tennis, all the footwork that goes into besides the endurance. Coach, when you have seniors like this, that has to be a great luxury for you, I would imagine, just the experience and all that.
As this guy's cool as a cucumber. He never gets upset. He just, he just goes and plays. You walk up to a match when he's playing, and you got to ask him to score. You don't know if he's ahead or behind. I mean, he's just
stone cold.
But that's great in tennis. He doesn't, he doesn't panic or lose his cool. And Tyler's just solid. I mean, I think Tyler is one of the best high school returners of serve. I think that's one of his strong point. To me, is just, he's just rock solid right there. I put him up against anybody.
Well, normally I would think you to return, that's where your backhand will come in. I could be wrong.
You put him in the ad court and doubles and don't worry about it. But when these guys play, you don't know who's going to play the ad court.
All right, Tyler, one last question for you, then we got to bring in a third member of the team. But what are your goals coming up? I mean, I know you're going to have state, but what can you put into words what that means and what are you hoping for?
I want to hone my skills and show that I can win state. I've improved a lot since last year. I had a really good chance to do really well, get top 3 last year, and I blew it. And it was really mentally, and I played a tough opponent that I had beat previously, and it was just tough. And really, when I go to state this year, I want to prove that I can win state. And I know I have the skills, and I know I have the mentality to do it, and that's what I want to do is win state.
Okay, well, I won't doubt you. Good luck in that. If we would, we're going to have Ben come on here and switch. He'll take the headset here. And, Coach, while we're making that exchange, what's next? So you guys don't have much going on this weekend. It's the next weekend, is that right?
Yeah, the girls' regionals was Monday, and, of course, they swept that and regional champions. And then they have state Friday, Saturday. And the boys will do just a carbon copy next week. Monday we'll go to Claremore for regionals, and then we'll play state at the Oklahoma City Tennis Center Friday and Saturday. Okay, so if you have any individual champions or team wins, we want to have you on that following Wednesday. Absolutely.
Celebrate, okay?
We'll be here.
That's what we do. And Ben knows this. We celebrate state champions because he was part of that tennis team as well. But what can you say about this, about Ben here?
Well, first of all, Ben is a great human being. I mean, all these guys are. You know that. And that's Big Serve Ben right here, man. He is, when you talk about a big serve, there he is right there. And, he's just, wherever you match him up, plays a lot of doubles. Mm-hmm. We actually played him in singles last week, and we got called in because of the weather, but he was in the finals in 2 singles.
Okay. Big Serve Ben, I like that. And, Ben, we've talked quite a bit, but remind me one more time of your last name.
Sutterfield, okay. And, Ben, so we know that you're great at swimming as well. What sport do you feel more comfortable at, tennis or swimming?
Oh, man, it's hard to compare the two. They're two completely different things. I mean, swim is just much more of like a physical, it's hard on your body. Just you're out of breath all the time, whereas tennis it's a lot more mental and technique, a lot more technique.
What I've heard is because of swimming, come tennis time, you're in great shape.
Right? Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit different shape. My calves kind of take the brunt of it for 2 weeks, but after that,
Yeah, so I imagine there is a bit of a transition there. Do you play any fall sports?
No, sir.
So during the fall, you're mostly getting ready for swimming?
Lifting a lot, and
Do you practice tennis around any other time of the year?
Man, with swim, it don't really have much time. I love to whenever I can, but
So how did you develop this serve we hear about then?
Just being a tall person really gives you an advantage on your serve, so I don't know. It's just always been the easiest for me. Yeah.
Okay. Do they ever clock your serves? I mean, I know they do that for pitching in baseball, but I've heard about it in the professional level.
I don't know. I've never tried.
You just go get the aces then.
Yeah.
And when you start playing tennis?
6th grade, or more of 5th grade, I imagine, with Coach Mays at the summer practices. Yeah.
And what do you like about it?
Oh man, it's just, I got to be honest, I like that it's not quite as physically exhausting as swim, but I just love, it's it's a little bit more of like a refined sport, I'd say. It's just very like everybody's really nice and stuff.
Yeah. What do you think you'll be doing more of in college and beyond?
I won't be doing any sports in college. I'll be focusing on academics.
Sure, but will be either one you'll be playing for fun, like recreationally?
Oh yeah,
okay.
Yeah, definitely swimming and tennis for fun. Yeah.
All right.
I love them both, so yeah, can't give it up.
Jackson, what about you? What plans do you have after high school?
I'll go to college, focus on academics, and I'll be in probably a tennis league and play for fun because I do love tennis.
Okay, what are your thoughts about regionals and state coming up? I mean, as far as what you'll be doing and just what it takes to prepare for that.
Well, we only got a few more days of practice left until regionals, and just ready for the whole team to continue working hard and get ready for the state championship because I think we can win the whole thing.
Yeah, Ben, what do you think? I mean, how do you, and again, I keep bringing up swimming, but the optimism for your team, is at the same level it was for swimming?
Oh, we're not quite as dominant as swim. That was that was a blowout, but I'm excited. It's almost more exciting in tennis because you have good competition, whereas swim we knew like it was going to be a blowout. But regionals and state's going to be interesting because there's certain people we haven't seen, like Hall and Hall we haven't got to see yet, I don't believe, or at least I haven't. And I haven't got to play crossings at all, just certain people that, I mean, tennis, it changes with the person, different playing styles. I don't know, you just have to know your opponent. It really helps, but there's several teams we haven't got to see yet, so it makes it a little harder.
Will you be in doubles or singles?
Doubles. I definitely not a singles player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who's your teammate or your partner?
Jake Farley, coach's son.
Oh, so Coach, what's that like? Because you didn't play tennis. Your son though came up and did that. So
yeah, he got started with Coach Mays, and and he's kind of around it, and when he's a little kid and drills and stuff like that, and he just kind of picked it up. And he liked it better in baseball, I think, because he gets to hit the ball all the time. That's to wait in line. So.
Yeah. Well, your son. What grade's your son in?
Sophomore.
So I think Coach Dunn mentioned him about how on football you'll use him different ways in special teams, and he really likes them. So that's a good combination. So that's interesting. You pair him with your son. Is it a little different to watch?
Well, yeah, it is. I guess it's it's your son. I try to try not to think about that as much as I can and just treat him as a regular player. But sometimes I feel like I may be even harder on him than I am the other guys. But
is that true, Ben?
Jake is a very naturally gifted person. He's very athletic, but sometimes he does not put in the effort.
Okay. Well, once he starts doing that, we'll have to have him on.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, he is doing very well, though. Yeah. He's learning what it means to really put in the effort and put in the work. But yeah.
Well, I know you got the leadership skills, Ben, to help him along for sure. Wouldn't you agree, Coach?
Oh yes, sir. They got great examples.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, thank you very much. Let's go ahead and show the tennis card. So they're going to be at Claremore, and then when you go to state, you go into the same place the girls are?
It's all at the Will Rogers Tennis Center.
Okay, that's the weekend after next. I imagine it's Friday and Saturday?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, in between now and then, and even after then, come support Carl Albert Tennis. This goes for boys and girls. They are Team F, so, Coach, if you haven't paid yet for the meal, say you're with Team F, and that would mean Carl Albert Tennis will get 10% of the proceeds. Again, it's between now and May 17th, any day of the week. Between those dates. So, Coach, guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And if you guys win individually or as a team, we want you back.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
Thank you.
All right, we're going to talk Carl Albert soccer after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Start a car mechanic shop.
Let's say we go to Scissor Tape.
Ready to go get some coffee?
Yeah, let's go.
You got it.
I think she was from
One,
Rose State.
2, 3.
Woo-hoo!
Congratulations, Rose State college graduates.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558. All right, welcome back to the Mid-Dale Sports Report on the Oklahoma Sports Network. And now we get to talk soccer. So we've now covered almost all the sports for Carl Albert. And before we talk to their coach, let's show you the standings here. As you can see, Carl Albert's girls soccer is dominant as any Carl Albert sport. Right now they are undefeated. They had a big win in overtime. I believe went to penalty kicks against Santa Fe South. We'll talk more to their coach about that. But as you can see, high expectations for them as well, like it is for many other sports. And I get to talk to their head coach, Coach Quan Tran. Coach Tran, thank you very much for being on with us here.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. And talk about how, your soccer background and how you got to Carl Albert.
I've been coaching for over 25 years. Director of coaching out east, and then they hired me at Millwood City Soccer Club about 8-9 years ago. How they brought me to Carl Albert about 3 years ago, I was on my way to Alabama for USYS Regionals.
Okay.
I get a call from the ADs asking me, how can we change the culture of Carl Albert soccer? So they brought me on, and then they asked me to do both programs. I said that's probably not going to be fair for one of the programs. So I brought one of my guys I coached him at club, and he was with me out east, and now at Millwood City. You'll be talking to him a little bit. I brought on Levi Carnes for the boys coach.
Okay. So what made you decide to go with the girls?
I always had a real specialty with the girls program.
Yeah.
Before Carl Albert, I was at Choctaw.
Okay.
And I coached out there as well. We changed the landscape of Choctaw, and then I kind of moved on. So,
well, I'd say it's going pretty well here. I mean, so this undefeated stuff, that's not been common in the past for Carl Albert necessarily, has it?
I think this is honestly the first year I've seen in the last 10, 12 years that they've been undefeated.
And what do you attribute this to? What has made this team such a high-achieving team?
Great leadership from these two senior captains. We're balanced from the goalkeeper, from defense, midfield to the strikers. So we're a really balanced team.
Okay, but you definitely. So when you came in, though, you liked the talent level you were saying.
Oh yeah, I love the talent level. It's going to be good for the next 6 to 8 years. So we have a bunch of middle school girls coming up that are strong players as well.
Okay, and we'll talk to the girls more about this in a moment. But there was some drama. I mean, when it comes to soccer, it can be low scoring, and so it can be close between any given day.
Yes.
And you had quite the challenge against Santa Fe South, but you came out on top. What would you say was
Santa Fe South? They're a strong team. They have a couple players that used to play out at Millwood City for me, and they're a balanced team as well. I think, like I told the girls for tomorrow and at Santa Fe South, there's about 4 or 5 key moments in the game that will change the whole landscape of soccer. For the game, we had a couple key moments that changed the game, and then we just I knew if we were going to go to PKs, we were going to win it because we have better shooters. So,
how often do you guys work on PKs during practice?
We just talked about this. We work on it every single day after practice because, like I told them, a lot of coaches don't work on PKs. We work on PKs at every practice, find the top 5 to 10 PK shooters.
All right. And so what was the score after regulation? Was it 1-1?
It was 1-1, yes.
And who scored first?
We scored first on a banger, probably about 30 yards out. She just hit top 90. It was awesome.
Okay. And so the little adversities when they came back and scored.
They scored on a corner that a girl wasn't marking up. Easy header up to top post. So.
And was that
Was that like late in the game, or
it was second half?
Okay.
Yep.
So it was about late in the game. So, yeah, but you were able to do what you need to do to get in that favorable situation. Let's go and talk to the girls. Who do you have with us?
I have Ashley Davidson. She's a senior captain, midfielder, and then I have Lily Ross, senior captain, one of my star center backs.
Okay, Ashley, Lily, thank you very much. Ashley, we'll start with you. How long have you been playing soccer?
This is my 14th year playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and soccer is a sport a lot of kids start to play, and some of those kids move on to other sports, but not you. What makes you love it?
I don't know. It's just like I feel like it's one of the harder sports to play because it's not just – it's a big field. You have to have a lot of endurance, and I don't know, just doing it, it's just a lot of activity for me, and I just really enjoy it.
Do you play any other sports?
I do cross-country also
Okay.
in the fall.
Do you find cross-country helps you as far as conditioning for soccer?
I do. I think it really helps because doing long distance is really helpful for playing soccer.
Okay, and I'm vaguely familiar with soccer because I played when I was a kid, but remind me, midfielder, what does that position mean?
I'm basically just the one in the middle, so I go from, instead of just staying like in the back or staying at the top, I kind of go from top to all the way back, so I kind of have like the most running, I guess, and I just do whatever I can to move the ball from wherever it is on the field.
All right, and then we also have Lily Ross, of course, and I'll have the same question because now this I'm not familiar with because when I was playing soccer ages ago, it was midfield and then they had forwards, and center back is not something I've heard. What would you say? What does center back mean?
I'm really just the deepest defender.
Okay.
I just am supposed to stop it from getting to our goalkeeper and help organize it because so far back I'll be able to see more of the field. And our goalie can't yell all the way up the field. So my job is to kind of tell, especially the defense, I'm supposed to tell the defenders where to be, but the whole field too.
How long have you been playing soccer?
Maybe 14 years, probably 13.
You girls have been playing together a lot?
On and off
Okay.
for about a decade.
I remember these girls at Midwest City when they were 6 and 7, when they first hired me on, and I knew they were going to be stars.
Wow. So obviously they have the passion for the sport. They have the athleticism. How do you know when you see someone young? How do you know if they're going to be good?
I mean, just the adaptability of the game, reading the game. She had so much speed and control and competitiveness, and she had the same. Just a lot of control with the ball, just smartness with the ball, knowing what surface of the foot to use. They were just smart soccer players.
So Lily, as center back, do you talk a lot?
A lot.
Yeah. Okay. As much as anyone on the team?
No, probably if it would be between me and the goalie, who talks the most, but
we'll get to her for sure.
I'm talking a lot back there. I have to tell everyone where to be and I mean, Ashley talks quite a bit too, but
yeah,
I'm probably loudest.
Did you play any other sports?
I've played cross country on and off with Ashley, but other than that, no.
Okay, so one of the reasons I ask about that is if I hear you're not playing another sport or maybe just one, do you for soccer? I mean, he mentioned that he saw you at a young age at the Midwest City Soccer Club. So do you play soccer also for a club team now?
I don't anymore. I haven't played it since before my freshman year. I quit in the summer of my freshman year.
Okay, and then Ashley, what about you?
Sorry, what was it? Sorry.
Do you play? Were you playing for any club teams for soccer as well?
Yes, I started at Midwest City for my first couple of years, and then I went to another club in Norman for about 9-ish years, and I'm finishing my last senior year back at Midwest City where I started.
Okay, so that's something you do mostly in the off season then?
Yeah, it's usually from summer to fall.
Okay. All right, and so, Coach, let's talk about the state tournament. So your match with Santa Fe South was Monday. So it's 3 days rest. I guess that's at a normal amount of gap between games.
That's good, yep.
And Thursday you're hosting again because you're the 1 seed, obviously being undefeated, playing Claremore.
And who are some, besides Claremore, you can talk about them, but who are some other good soccer clubs we have?
Schools, it's Holland Hall, which we'll play in. If we win Claremore, it will be likely Holland Hall. I think they're the back-to-back state champions in 4A, so they had to move up with the new OSSA rules. So. And when will the semifinals be? It'll be next Tuesday.
And then the finals will be on a Saturday.
It'll be either Friday or Saturday, I believe.
And will those be at neutral sites?
Yes, they'll be at Taft.
Okay. All right. So, ladies, since you were a freshman, so he was your coach. He became your coaches when you were sophomores. Is that right? Yep. What have you noticed has changed that's got Carl Albert soccer to this point, undefeated season?
I think it's the coaching. The year before, it just there's just another dynamic. You're going to learn something from every coach. But I think he just kind of brought the fun back into it, so everyone kind of enjoyed it more. Yeah. And we all just bonded together a lot better, and it just made it more fun for everybody.
Yeah, I definitely think the team dynamic has really improved a lot since our freshman year.
All right, he mentioned practicing penalty kicks. Are you two amongst the 5?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's my first kicker, and she's either my third or fourth kicker.
Okay, and how'd you do against Santa Fe South?
Well, I scored the goal that got us the tie. I don't know what happened, but I did miss my PK in the finals.
Which she never misses her PKs in practice. It was not a skill issue.
99%. She normally makes it.
Okay.
She just had an off moment.
And then I made my PK, but I definitely didn't score before then.
Well, you don't really. That's not your job.
No, not at all.
Well, when the other team scores, do you take it personally or?
Yeah, especially with the way they scored. We either had an unmarked man or the wrong person on the person who scored.
Yeah.
And as my position takes a lot of organization back there, so yeah, I take something like that really personally.
Well, but now you'll have something to really focus on for tomorrow.
For sure.
What about your goalie then? Because if you have all these strong penalty kickers, then I imagine your goalie gets a lot of good reps.
She's about 5'10".
There you go.
Tall. She's technical. The whole year she only had 2 goals scored on her, and one was the header and one was the PK. We had 3 goals scored on us, but the third one was the backup keeper. So she only really had 1 true goal score on her.
And what's the name of your starting goalie?
Integra Dehart.
Okay, so obviously that's a strong part of your team. Yep. Girls, what do you think? What about your match tomorrow and beyond?
I think it's going to be a really competitive game tomorrow because we have beat Claremore earlier this year, so they're going to want to try and redeem themselves this game. Mm-hmm. But I think since it's going to be different because it's going to be a playoff game, a lot of people are going to be there, and it's going to be at our stadium, I think we're going to be ready for it, and I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah. Right. I think that we played them preseason. We beat them 3-0, but that was preseason, and we have both teams have changed organizationally, so hopefully I think it'll be different than how we played them before because, tensions will be so high. It'll be super competitive, but I think it'll be a fun game to watch at the very least.
Absolutely. So, but you're familiar with their best players, then, at least.
Yeah, we watched film on them already.
All right. Okay. Hey, listen. Tomorrow, please come out at Carl Albert. You could, if you have the whole day, you can start out supporting Carl Albert baseball because they'll have their regional as well. They have a couple games. We'll talk more about that here later on. And then in the evening, what time does the game start?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Carl Albert baseball should be done by then. Move over to the football field, which is also the soccer field, and watch Carl Albert soccer. This is a playoff game. It's a single elimination as they will be trying to get to the Final Four in 5A girls soccer. So it's at Carl Albert, so please go support them. Here's another way you can support Carl Albert soccer. Let's show for the first time the card. And, Coach, I don't know if you got this on your phone, but you can tell when you pay here, Team E, during this active fundraiser. Girls, remember that, Team E. And I can show you a picture as well. That means that Carl Albert Soccer, boys and girls, will receive 10% of the proceeds. This is still going on and will last until May 17th. Any time of day, any day of the week. Coach, thank you so much. We hope if you guys,
Titans.
Yeah, it's absolutely. If you guys win, we want you back in a couple weeks.
All right,
we want to celebrate state champions. We've already done that with football, Midwest City boys basketball, Carl Albert boys soccer. We want some spring sports to join them.
Yes, sir.
All right, girls, thank you very much.
Right.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to talk Carl Albert boys soccer after this.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes, call Rob and Will.
Red Plains Plumbing has been offering reliable commercial and residential services to the OKC metro area for over a decade. From new construction and remodeling to residential repair, they can handle jobs of all sizes. When you need a trusted name in plumbing, it's Red Plains Plumbing. Family owned and operated. Phone 405-769-1922. That's 405-769-1922.
All right, welcome back. This will be our final team for tonight. Boy, we've had an action-packed episode, and, of course, you expect that with Carl Albert Spring Sports. We get to talk Carl Albert boys soccer with their coach, Levi Carnes. Coach, we kind of got a bit about how you got to Carl Albert from Coach Tran, but go ahead and tell us your version, how you wound up at Carl Albert as the head boys coach.
Well, really it comes down a lot to Coach Tran. Coach Tran and I have coached in the club soccer for a long time together. When the girls' position became open at Carl Albert, he was given the job, and then when they were looking for a boys coach, he kind of put my name in the hat, so to speak, and from there it just kind of progressed there. I coached at Choctaw, where I graduated from 2014. Then from Choctaw I went to Moore, and then I was an assistant at both those places, and I was kind of looking for a head coach position, and it just kind of fell in my lap. It was nice.
It's a good place to be.
Absolutely.
How many years as that coach here?
So this is my third season as head coach.
Okay, and you guys made the playoffs this year. I don't know much about the tradition or the history of Carl Albert boys soccer, so how would you put this season in perspective, at least of recent compared to recent years?
What was huge about this season, last season we had a pretty historic season where we made playoffs for maybe the first time in almost a decade with the Carl Albert boys. We had a 10-win season. We had loads of big wins last year, but we also had a pretty talented senior class last season. So this season it was all about, is that just because of that class, or is that because of our program as a whole? And what I was really proud of our team about was we proved that this is more about our program kind of leveling up and upgrading, and less about any individual players coming through.
Yeah, so you guys also played Santa Fe South.
Yes.
At their place.
Yeah, they are a powerhouse right now.
Yeah.
We were disappointed with our seeding. There was a three-way tie for second, third, and fourth. And we were hoping to maybe be second place or third place just to kind of avoid them and get them later on.
I'm assuming you host if you're second?
Yes. If you're first or second, you get to host, which is a big, big advantage in high school soccer. So coming up, 2 years in a row now, we've come up against Santa Fe South, and they are back-to-back state champions, and honestly, they're my favorite to kind of go for a third title in a row.
So what's the criteria then? I mean, tiebreakers fascinate me, and for different when we have districts and team sports? What was the criteria that?
So soccer split up into 4 8-team districts.
Yep.
The top 4 teams from every district advance.
Mm-hmm.
The first tiebreaker is win percentage. So us, Guthrie, and Guyman. Right, guys? Guyman?
Yeah.
We were in a 3-way tie at 5-2. And basically we lost to Guyman but beat Guthrie. Guthrie beat Guyman but lost to us, and Guyman beat us but lost to Guthrie. So it then went down to marginal points after that, so goal difference. So if you score 4 goals in a game, the other team scores 1, you get 3 points for that game, sort of thing. And we unfortunately were 3rd in that list of 3 teams, which is why we were in 4th place.
Yeah, so that is similar to how other sports work here. So you had the tough draw then. All right, well, who do you have with us here?
We have Ethan Spiewak, who was a first-time varsity player this year. He's a junior. He played forward all year for us. He's also the kicker for the football team. We have Kian Floranda, who is kind of our freshman newcomer. He was really the only freshman who started on varsity. And then over to the side, we have Turner Box, who's another junior, leader in our team. This is his 3rd year playing with us, 3rd year on varsity. What's up, guys? How are you?
All right. Well, I am familiar with Ethan.
Yeah.
From soccer. I mean, from football, the other football, I guess.
Yeah.
And so, Ethan, your name gets mentioned a lot, obviously, because your team scores touchdowns, and there you go out for the extra points. How? Coach said you came out for soccer. This was the first time in high school?
Well, I played my freshman and sophomore year, but this year was like really the first year that I actually got really involved.
Okay. All right. And does that go hand in hand with kicking and football, playing soccer? I mean, how long have you been playing soccer?
Soccer, I've been playing longer than football, actually.
Yeah.
I've been playing since, it was like 4 or 5, something like that.
And you stuck with it. And then at some point you're like, hey, I think I can kick a football as well as soccer.
Exactly. Yep.
That's very common for kickers there. So, but let's talk about soccer. So he said you're a forward.
Yeah, I play forward. So basically, you're just you're the goal scorer. You're at the top of your attacking third.
So it's always something we wonder about in football. Can a kicker, especially if you do kickoffs, can he run? And now we're finding out you can run then, right? Because if you have to be fast to play forward in soccer, right?
Yeah, you do have to be a little quick. You got to have some good stamina.
Okay. Well, I know you're. Well, we had your special teams coach in football, Coach Farley, on. He probably would never want you to be in a position where you had to make tackles, but you feel like you could in football?
Oh yeah. I've had to do it a couple of times,
Okay. Let's talk more, and let's get back to soccer. Do you have a favorite goal this year of maybe a game winner penalty kick?
Yes, we had a game winner. It was like our second game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Hera.
Hera. One of
our
wingers.
Good, right?
Yeah, they're pretty good. One of our wingers drove down the field and shot it, and it bounced off the back post. And I just happened to be right there and just finished it in with 10 seconds left.
10 seconds.
You got to tell them it was a game winner.
Yeah, game winner. It was tied. It was 1-1.
So that's interesting. You said 10 seconds left. So for high school soccer, do you have a clock that you can look at?
Yes.
It's weird in the you watch the World Cup.
They've done a good job of Americanizing high school soccer for just educational purposes for fans and stuff. But it's pretty much continuously running. There's no stoppage. So if you score with 10 seconds left, by the time the other team kicks the ball off and tries to go down by your goal, that's basically the same as a buzzer beater in basketball. I mean,
there you go.
It was a pretty electric moment for us.
That had to be thrilling then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, and there are rebounds in soccer because that's what you would call that, off the rebound.
You can tell them about your celebration? Or?
Hey, if you want us to give us video, we'll put it on.
Oh, we got you.
Okay. So we also have, is it Kian?
Kian.
Kian with an N. Okay. It's my bad handwriting here. All right, Kian, a freshman here. Very good to have a freshman on. So how long have you been playing soccer?
Since I was about 3 years old, which would be about 11 years.
All right. So obviously you love it. Do you play, Ethan plays other sports. Do you play any other sports for Carl Albert?
I did cross country this year.
And did you find cross country helped you get into good shape?
Yes, it definitely did.
Okay. What position do you play for soccer again?
I usually play on the left side and then dabble in the middle a bit.
Okay, so on the left side, are you on the front line?
A bit. I played attacking and defense, yeah.
Oh, okay. So, same question I asked for Ethan. What's a highlight you had this year?
Definitely whenever I dribbled a few players and then I crossed it into Ethan to score.
Okay, so you got an assist there.
Yep.
And is there even I didn't ask the girls this. Is there a Carl Albert soccer team in middle school?
There is.
Okay. No, not every middle school I think has soccer.
Still pretty young, but
yeah,
first couple years of being up and running.
Okay, that's good for the program then. So before that, were you playing for clubs, or do you still play for club teams?
I did before, and I still do, yeah.
Okay. And what would you say your strength is as a soccer player? Like, what do you do well?
My strength is definitely dribbling.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Can you juggle?
I can juggle, yes. I can juggle well.
When I played soccer as a kid, and I was never any good, I could do more than maybe 2 or 3 juggles. Is that something that players practice kind of on their own? Because it's kind of this fun thing to amuse them.
Yeah, really, when young players come and ask me how do I get better at soccer, it's almost always, do you just go around and mess around with the ball?
Mm-hmm.
So juggling, absolutely. Kicking the ball against the wall.
Yeah.
Anything you can do just to mess around with the ball and get better at trapping and passing and doing all sorts of stuff. It's just going to let your decision-making be so much quicker when you're in the game.
All right. Well, Kian, what as a freshman, as long as you're not a senior, since you're going to be back, what are you going to do during the summer to help you with soccer? Are you going to be playing a lot, just practicing on your own? Like, do you have an idea what you're going to do?
I'm definitely going to do Carl Albert's PC during the summer, and then definitely practicing a lot by myself and with the club.
Okay. Well, it was good to talk to you, Kian. We're going to go and have you trade spots with Turner here. And, Coach, while we do that, talk about, the youth on the team. How many guys are you going to bring back for next year?
So, this is a big developmental year for us. We only had 2 seniors in the whole program, varsity and JV. Guys who have been great servants for us, but obviously we're excited that all of the experience that was gained during the season and the games that we were playing gets to carry over. The season before this season, we had 7-8 seniors. So any sort of adversity we went through, some of that experience was lost after they graduated. What I'm super excited about again is that all these guys, any struggle they had, any situation they had, when they see that again next season, they're going to be so much more comfortable in those moments.
All right, and we're happy to be joined by Turner Box. All right, Turner, how long have you been playing soccer?
I've been playing soccer since I was about 5 years old, so pretty long time.
Very good. And what grade are you in?
I'm a junior.
Okay, so you'll be one of the guys returning. And do you play any other sports for Carl Albert or in general?
Yeah, just soccer.
Okay, so playing soccer year-round, do you play are you active on a club team as well?
I used to be, but in the last couple of years, I stopped playing club and just for the school.
So then in like the fall months, soccer's still a few months away. What are some things you might do to prepare like off-season wise?
Well, I definitely go out and play by myself a lot, and we'll have open plays where we can all go out there and just scrimmage and have fun. So that's most of what I do.
And on your own, do you also juggle?
Yeah.
Much or work on your ball handling?
You're as good as Kian?
I'm getting there.
Okay. I know it's a little hard when you have to answer that about a freshman, and you're a junior there. But what was the highlight for you this past season? What was a fun moment for you?
Probably our game against Del City. That was a really good one. We were kind of having some trouble scoring a lot of goals, and so that game we really broke through and beat them 6-0. So that felt good.
Okay, well you had trouble and you get 6 goals. So talk about a script flipping there. And what position do you play?
I play defensive midfield.
Okay, so as a defensive midfield, how often do you even cross the midfield line? Or do you?
A lot of times I kind of hold back and let some of the other guys get up there, and I track back on defense more. But if we're really high up in the attack, I usually get up there.
All right, and Coach, are any of these guys we had up with us, are they in your top 5 for penalty kickers? Or?
Yeah, so Turner and Kean both took some penalties. I was worried Ethan was going to think it was a field goal, so we made sure to keep.
It's right by that. It's right by the upright he's so used to.
And with penalty kicks this season, we went through a little stretch, like Turner was saying, where goals weren't coming as often as we'd like. So we actually had a stretch of maybe 4 or 5 games where we went to penalty kicks every single game. So these guys got a lot of penalty practice.
Yeah. Well, it saved the girls' season.
Yes, it did.
By the way, with the girls' team, do you guys just have to want to practice later in the day, or?
Well, the advantage is that we have a small turf field, about a 60-yard turf field, kind of down by the school.
Okay.
So the girls and I, we've come to an agreement to where Monday, Wednesday they're one place, we're another place, and we kind of trade Fridays back and forth.
Okay. All right. Well then, Ethan, are you hoping to kick in college or for football-wise? Or?
Yeah, definitely for sure.
Okay. Anything going for you there as far as where you're looking at? Are you going to try to get more attention this summer?
Yeah. I'm going to a lot of camps this summer and try to get some notice, recognized.
Okay. Well, you got a lot to brag about. Now, who's the other kicker that would do kickoffs?
Caitlin Gonzalez.
Does he also play soccer?
Yes. He does.
Yeah. Okay. So how did they determine who would kick off after a score?
Usually we just kind of went back and forth. We scored so much that it was just like, if one person's doing that many kickoffs in a game, you're going to hurt your leg. So we just took turns back and forth.
All right. Well, Ethan, what do you look forward to for next season in soccer after you complete another football season?
Really, I just want to make it deeper in the playoffs, make it a run, make a run for it.
And Turner, what about you?
Yeah, it would be really nice to get back into the playoffs and hopefully get past the first round and advance even further.
All right. Well, we hope the same for you guys. Sounds like you'll have a lot of experience returning, and those type of expectations, they'll lead to a lot of excitement, in the offseason, preseason, and so look forward to seeing how that plays out for you guys.
Yeah.
All right, so let's show the card one more time. Carl Albert Soccer, again, if you haven't paid yet, or this could go for anyone here at the Buffalo Wild Wings in Del City right now. It says, hey, we want to support Team E. That's Carl Albert Soccer. And between now and May 17th, they would get 10% of the proceeds, again, towards the Carl Albert Soccer program. So we want to thank Coach Carnes and his players for coming up and talking about their team. And we'll look forward to seeing how they can do next season. They'll have a very talented roster returning. All right, we got one more segment for you. Don't go anywhere. This is a real important one coming up right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
call Rob and Will.
All right, welcome back to the Mid-Del Sports Report. We want to talk about a couple more things here, and then we'll be off the air. We want to thank all the Carl Albert coaches that came for spring sports. And, again, we left some good ones off the table. Carl Albert boys track, Carl Albert golf. We hope to give them some attention here in the next couple of weeks because they've had a good season. And, of course, Carl Albert baseball, we fully expect them to make state for the following weekend. Speaking of Carl Albert baseball, you can watch their games on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Hopefully the rain will clear up tomorrow. If not, it'll be Friday. But tomorrow it is scheduled that they will play at 11 a.m. against John Marshall. And then if they win that game, which we expect them to, they would play the winner of Shawnee El Reno the next game, that would lead to Game 3 that Carl Albert would play. That would be at 4 o'clock. And if they win that game and it's played on Thursday or tomorrow, it gets a little complicated, then they would play one more time for a trip to state at, I believe, 6:30 on Friday. Now, for some reason, that all got pushed back The times would remain the same, but except for the last game would be moved to a Saturday. It would be in the afternoon. But we'll have all those games for you, so just stay tuned for those times. Also, we hope to have Midwest City Baseball when they go to Noble tomorrow. Their game will not be at 11. It'll be at 1:30. And if they win, and we expect them to win against Guyman, they would probably play Noble at 4 o'clock, and that would be a big game because they could be positioned to get to state. Okay, I mentioned one more thing. You notice this chair is open here. Matt, come on. Have a seat over here. I want to talk to you for a bit here. So you're about to see our producer of this past semester, Matt Batista, and he's about to move. And this is going to be his final show with us here. So, Matt, thank you for coming on here.
Oh, it's an honor. Thank you. This is so weird. You did not tell me about this.
No, I didn't tell anyone about this, but I said it was completely in my head here. But not only has Matt been producing for this show for the last semester, so since the second or third week of January, he took the reins from Jacoby Brasi, who we got to give him a lot of credit too for what he did for us the first semester. He's been doing Del City football for a while. But Matt, a very high-achieving student at Midwest City High School as a junior, he also was our producer for football. And Matt, you did a lot of basketball games too, of course. So Matt, just talk about your experience with the Oklahoma Sports Network this year. I could say you've been so invaluable, but what can you say about it?
Oh man, it's been a heck of a time. I mean, at the beginning of the year, I was kind of nervous because I originally signed up to become a cameraman, so I didn't really have any experience in TV producing.
Yep.
I mean, I'm into sports a lot, but I was like, man, this is gonna be hard, but. It took me a couple games to get used to it, but after that, it really went well. Like you said, I did football, I did basketball, and I've been doing the coach show since January. And I wouldn't have it any other way. The Oklahoma Sports Network has been really fun to me. All the opportunities they've given me, all the things I've gotten to experience. I mean, hey, you can't complain. You're getting paid to experience your school's football games. You're getting paid to experience your basketball games. But even if I wasn't getting paid, I would gladly do it again. Well, I want to thank you, Mr. Ray.
I'm glad.
Giving me all these opportunities and just taking me on all these adventures, man. It's been real nice.
Well, I appreciate that you signed up for this, and the only thing I would do differently is I'd have you back next year. But I know not everything can work out. So you're going to move to where?
Sacramento, California.
Okay, you're going to become a Kings fan, right?
I'll try.
Okay.
I've gotten used to Oklahoma State Thunder. So.
Yeah. So, but he is a big sports fan, and especially for the NFL, he loves the Packers.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if he'll embrace the 49ers or not. Probably not.
Oh no.
You're going to be surrounded by 49er fans, though, right?
You guys pay me for that.
You'll be prepared to be surrounded by 49er fans, saying in Sacramento, I'm sure, because now the Raiders have moved.
Should be real fun.
Anyway, well, Matt, we want to thank you. Best way to thank is to have you up here because you did a lot in 1 year. You did as much as anyone for the Oklahoma Sports Network, and I know you had fun. All the Mid-Del sports stuff that's going on, that's fun stuff, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I love producing. The behind the scenes stuff, getting experience all the sports.
Yep. The basketball, the football, it's been a lot of fun. We definitely want to thank Alicia for now being the producer, and she'll be the producer the next 2 weeks, and Amaya, of course, as well. And they'll have a couple more weeks with us, so we'll be sure to honor them at the appropriate time. But just thank you to Matt, thank you to all the coaches and players once again, and remember a lot of baseball on the next few days, so be sure to tune in for that. And then next week we hope to talk some more about some teams and athletes that are going to be close to getting to state if they don't win state, and definitely the week after that. That's kind of what these next 2 weeks will be devoted for the Mid-Del Sports Report. All right, signing off, I'm Jordan Ray. Thanks again. You've been watching the Mid-Del Sports Report on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.